Ella's mom, hi. It's Dylan's dad. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
So I was hoping you could give me advice on the situation. So I think that will be fine. Hey man, how are you doing?
No way. We do have it. It's just not with all the millions of special names.
Because Emily, I knew you're so rich.
No.
Hey man or hey girl. 안녕하세요. Hello everyone.
안녕하세요. Hello everyone.
My name is Chris from TV회화.
I'm Emily.
Hi, nice to meet you again. 오늘 할 미드는요, 바로 모든 분들이 이거를 빼놓고는 영어 공부를 할 수가 없는 그 바로 고전적인 클래식한 미드 바로 프렌즈입니다. Yeah!
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been training my entire life for this moment right now because, okay, so I had a lot of trouble falling asleep my whole life. So I would just put Friends on a loop, the 9 seasons, and just have it like before I fall asleep. And I love this show. I grew up with this show. So it's like imprinted on my brain. I really know this show. So today when I found out we were doing this show, 너무 행복해요.
Why did you like Friends so much?
Well, obviously the characters are amazing. They're all so funny. I love humor. So Friends is super, super funny. There's like every character is so perfectly built, and I don't know, I just found it really funny. And of course, like every other girl, obsessed with Ross and Rachel. When they broke up, it was a little stressful for me.
While I was watching those kind of TV show, I kind of jealous of their relationships because every day they meet together and share their each stories together, and like sometimes they help to each other, sometimes they just make fun of them.
Yeah.
They're like just family.
Yeah.
Like with similar age.
Yes.
I love that.
I know, I love that too. And I actually, I think I probably expected that life was gonna be like Friends when you grow up. Like I thought that it was gonna be like that. Like you have this group of friends and you're with them all the time. And then I somehow came to Korea and now I'm isolated. I don't have my friends! No, I'm just kidding.
로스가 엑스걸프렌드의 집을 방문하면서 이야기는 시작이 됩니다.
Wow, you guys sure have a lot of books about being a lesbian.
Well,
Hey, Yertle the Turtle, a classic.
actually, I'm reading it to the baby.
You're not serious. I mean, you really talk to it?
Yeah, all the time. I want the baby to know my voice.
Do you talk about me?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
But we just refer to you as Bobo the sperm guy.
If she's talking to it, I just think I should get some belly time too. I mean, not that I believe any of this.
Oh, I believe it. I think the baby can totally hear everything.
Really?
I can show you. Okay, this will seem a little weird, but you put your head inside this turkey. And then we'll all talk and you'll hear everything we say.
I'd just like to say I'm totally behind this experiment. In fact, I'd very much like to butter your head.
Here's your mail. Thanks, you can just put it on the table.
No. Here's your mail. Thanks. You can just put it on the table. Would you just open it?
Oh my God. Oh, you guys are great. We all chipped in.
We did?
You owe me $20.
Thank you.
Hello?
Ella's mom, hi. It's Dylan's dad. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. My son has to read English books for homework, so I picked the classic children's book, Yale the Turtle, for his assignment.
Ooh, good book.
Are you familiar with his book from your childhood too?
No. No, we read Green Eggs and Ham, but I know this book. It's a great book.
Oh, okay. But you never read this book?
I read it today.
Hey, Yertle the Turtle, A classic. Hey, Yertle the Turtle.
Dr. Seuss, the very famous children's book writer, the story of the turtle is that he's the king of the pond and he decides he wants to rule everything, the sea, the sun, like everything. So he wants to be the king of everything.
Okay.
I think the whole moral of the story is to teach children not to be 욕심쟁이.
I almost forgot to mention that I was reaching out due to concerns about raising my kids. As they are learning English, they have begun to refer to me as Chris, which is unfamiliar to me since the Korean language shows respect by using specific terms for different age groups or authority figures.
Yes, that was also very confusing for me to adjust to when I first came here.
We just refer to you as Bobo the sperm guy.
We just refer to you as Bobo the sperm guy.
There are two words that I'm not really familiar with. The first one is refer to. So if I were her, I'll say call. You just call you
Yeah.
as Bobo the sperm guy.
Right. Yeah, you can totally say that. We just call you Bobo the sperm guy. Yeah, it's the same thing. But the thing is with this, when it's saying we just refer to you as Bobo the sperm guy, they're really using it to diminish Ross's role. So if you say let's say you don't go and teach at a school, maybe you're not actually a teacher, but you're referred to as a teacher. So it's kind of sort of got the nuance of not really being something, but being something, being called something.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. But you sure know a lot of American culture, so I was hoping you could give me advice on the situation.
Wow, you guys sure have a lot of books about being a lesbian.
Wow, you guys sure have a lot of books about being a lesbian.
You really have a lot of books. You sure have a lot of books. It's but it's almost saying oh, that's a lot. Oh, you really, because he's saying you have a lot of books about being a lesbian. And then she goes on to say, this is Carol, his ex-wife's girlfriend, Susan. She goes on to say something yeah, you have to take a course or they don't let you do it. So they're saying he's kind of saying why do you need so many books about being a lesbian? And then she's joking saying yeah, if you don't read these books, you can't be a lesbian. So that's why he said, oh, you sure have, it's he's surprised that they have so many books.
So is it also possible for you to call your dad, refer your dad as his name?
I wouldn't, because I think in my culture too, it would kind of be it would be 어색해요 and awkward and rude a little bit. Some families do that though. Some families will use the names, but yeah, it's not common. Sometimes there'll be a kid who's kind of got a funny personality and they'll be yeah, okay, Susan to his mom, but it's rude a little bit. Well, it's just weird. I wouldn't do it.
Weird. Then how about call your friend's dad by his name?
Okay, so as an adult, I probably would. As a child though, and a teenager, you should have been still calling them Mr. Henderson or whatever their name was.
Okay. Refer to their teacher too.
Oh, the teacher, you could say yeah, you should still say Mrs. Smith or whatever. You shouldn't really use the teacher's name. We have the same sort of hierarchy with respect, but we don't have all the extra words 삼촌, 고모, you know.
Okay. But I taught my son, so when you go to school and then you call your teacher as, hey man, is also okay?
No.
Hey man or hey girl.
I don't think you should do that. No.
You guys don't have those kind of hierarchies, so I think that will be fine. Hey man, how are you doing?
No way. We do have it. It's just not with all the millions of special names. We usually, if you are in doubt, call the person Mr. and then their family name, or Mrs. the family name. But one thing I will say, I get really annoyed when I go out in public and someone will be like, hello, ma'am. I'm not ma'am. I'm not that old.
Or Mrs.
Mrs. is okay, but
Ma'am.
ma'am bothers me. I don't know why. Because it makes me feel like a gran. I'm no granny.
Oh, by the way, for this channel, I found some bad comments like getting rid of this Bobo guy from this channel. I'm sure it's referring to me.
What? Really?
Do you talk about me?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
But, we just refer to you as Bobo the sperm guy.
We just refer to you as Bobo the sperm guy.
Well, Bobo is like the famous character, Bobo the clown.
Oh, Bobo the
Yeah,
clown.
so she's really like pushing him down in status by calling him that, because it's kind of like a silly, stupid name. So she's saying like, oh, Ross, like your role as the father of this baby is that you simply gave your sperm. That's it. You're not a father, you're not a dad. You just are this silly, stupid man who gave the sperm. And I don't want to start a whole hot debate right here, because I don't want to anger anybody from any side.
The meaning of Bobo is kind of silly or stupid.
Yeah, because it's a
Oh,
clown.
Clown. I was so hungry this morning. I had toast for my breakfast. It was so yummy. I buttered toast and grilled it on the pan. That's the key.
I just like to say I'm totally behind this experiment. In fact, I'd very much like to butter your head.
I'd very much like to butter your head.
그거 너무 웃겨요. I'd very much like to butter your head. The way he says it is so good. Okay.
Chandler.
Oh, Chandler.
Right.
So funny. Everything that guy says. Anyway, so in this case, butter, the 명사, is being used as a verb. We're using it as the action word to butter something. So to apply butter to.
You also cook at home?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
For those
Are you
kids.
good at cooking?
Well, my husband says I'm good at it, but is that just lip service? I don't know.
I don't know too. So, can you cook 된장찌개?
Yes.
Or wow.
I
that's
can
good.
make a lot of, actually I cook mostly Korean food when I cook. I don't cook that often, but when I do, it's usually Korean food.
Okay.
I'm not good at making Western food.
But then you can make pastas or
Yeah.
pizza.
Pasta, I do make pasta because kids love pasta. You can't go wrong with pasta. I make pasta, I make a lot of sandwiches. I'm a sandwich person.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
love
how about
sandwiches.
like pizzas, like grandma
Yeah, you can make
style
pizza. But I don't
authentic
make,
pizzas, you know.
but I don't make the dough. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Mommy doesn't have time for all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I heard the school asked for a donation to build a new library. Are we going to all chip in?
We all chipped in.
We did?
You owe me $20.
We all chipped in.
Okay, so chip in refers to, in one way, we can talk about money, chipping in with money. So if, let's say someone has a birthday and we, like Ross, and we all want to get a present for Ross. Okay, so we can chip in together, put our money together and buy something really nice. Or you can talk about like if you're all out eating dinner, like Dutch pay. I didn't hear Dutch pay my entire life until I came to Korea. I think it's Konglish.
Konglish.
I think so.
Dutch, yeah,
I
so
never
too.
heard it before.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's Dutch pay? And they're like, oh, you know, like how foreigners. I'm like, I've never heard of that. But anyway, yeah, chipping in for the meal, putting the money together for the meal, paying together. But you can also use it when you're talking about work things. So like if you have a big project and you all chip in together to get it done, it gets done faster, right? So for example, if you have housework, like let's say the house is a mess, you have a party that night. I could say to my kids, okay, everybody, let's all chip in together and clean the house so we can get ready for the party.
Wow, that is also really, really good expressions.
Yeah.
For English learners, because you know, Emily, I knew you're so rich, so probably we should. But for my case, I think I should just thought about that.
Oh, I should chip in because I'm rich?
Yeah,
I'm not rich.
you know, like tons of money is in your house with cashes.
Oh my God. You know my toilet's gold. Yeah, I blow my nose with the money, 현금.
Yes, yes. So rich. You're so lucky. I envy you.
우리 반대말 하고 있죠?
So Emily, anyways, see you at the studio.
Sounds great.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.